रुद्राय ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय।
मातृदेवो भव, पितृदेवो भव, आचार्य देवो भव, अस्मद् गुरुभ्यो नमः. Namaste all. It is the series of medical astrology. Now let us start with Saturn and Venus. Okay. Every two planets, say when any planet, once again let me say a few words about this. No single planet gives any disease. That you can strongly say. Only when a planet joins with another planet, it gives disease. It need not be friendly, need not be inimical, need not be in friendly house. That and all, don't see, no need to see that. Okay. Any two planet, when they join together, that gives the disease. Now let us see about Saturn and Venus. This and I'll see many things we have discussed in the intro video itself. I have elaborately explained everything. Now straight away let us go to the subject. Saturn and Venus. Saturn and Venus, there are many positive things to say. Say wealth wise, money wise, materialistic wise, everything. They are blessed. Saturn and Venus. Saturn is, you can say it is Vishnu, Mahavishnu. That is Saturn. Venus is Mahalakshmi. See, Mahavishnu and Mahalakshmi joining together in a chart. That is Saturn and Venus. So mostly these people, they are much blessed with property, everything. Okay, wealth, property. That will be there. And there are many more things are there. We can see in separate slide, separate video. Now let us discuss about only the disease, Saturn and Venus joining together. You can ask me, see, Saturn and Venus both are friendly planet. When they are in friendly house, will they give any disease? Definitely that will give. Let it be any lagna for that matter. And one more thing, if they happen to be the 6th lord or 8th lord, you can even more confidently say that will give the disease. Say in this two, if one is either 6th or 8th lord, definitely that will give the disease. Even otherwise, the trace will be there. The disease trace will be there. Now let us see about this. Saturn and Venus, that gives visual impairment. That affects the eye. Visual impairment will be there. Number one. Squint eyes will be there. Two. Swelling in the leg. That will be there. And that gives sugar. Diabetes related. Okay, that gives sugar. And that also gives impotence. That reduces the interest. See, physical interest, the sexual interest. Okay, that reduces. Okay, now let us see. Saturn and Venus in Aries. Here, how you like to see is, based on the house, it gives the disease. Based on the house. This is what we already discussed in the intro video. Okay, based on the house, when the planets joining, that gives the disease. Here Saturn and Venus joining in Aries. You can say in Pisces also. If Saturn and Venus in Aries or Pisces, definitely that gives the visual impairment will be there. They will be taking treatment for eye related things. That will be there, definitely that will be there. Okay. Even see when transit Saturn goes here, Saturn and Venus already there. When transit Saturn goes here, you can say this period you will be taking eye related treatment. Now transit Saturn is in Pisces. When it goes to Aries, that is in 2027, May, June afterwards. Right now you can say after 1.5 years, you will have to take treatment for eye related things. And when they take treatment at that time, they will be remembering you. You told me some 1.5 years back. That's what has happened now. You can say in advance. That's what medical astrology. You'll have to say in advance. Okay. Saturn and Venus here. Saturn and Venus in Pisces. Now they will be taking eye-related treatment. Definitely they require. Okay, it's one. Saturn and Venus in Libra. Kidney-related, urinary tract-related treatment they will be taking. Say here Saturn and Venus are there. Transit Ketu was traveling here in 2023 and all. 2023 and all, transit Ketu was here. You can very well say, and by saying these planets degree, Saturn degree, Venus degree, by saying transit Ketu on there in 2023, you can exactly say this year, this month, you would have taken treatment for urinary tract infection or something, or any kidney related something. You can very well ask. Above 90% they will say yes. Some kidney related, urinary tract related problem, definitely it would have been here. When it happens in Libra. Saturn and Venus in Scorpio. Scorpio is the 8th house of Kalpurush. Kalpurush 8th house. Okay. Here Saturn and Venus joining. That gives the impotency. Disinterest. Okay. See, all these things I don't say about your lagna or anything. I just say all these things are based on the Kalpurush only. You can strongly say this period it will be there. Okay. In Scorpio, that gives impotency. Okay. If Saturn and Venus in Scorpio, when they ask about the childbirth, you will have to say Lagna's 5th house, 5th lord, the planets aspecting the 5th house, and Jupiter's level. Based on all these things, you will be giving the prediction. But at the same time, when Saturn and Venus in Scorpio in the chart, you can very well say, first you check whether are you interested in this. This you can ask. You will have to ask, check whether you are interested in this. That point you will have to check first, then you come to me. You can very well say Saturn and Venus in Scorpio, that gives the disinterest. Okay. If say all are perfect, Lagna's 5th house is strong, 5th house is aspected by Jupiter, Jupiter is well placed, all these things are there, but still there is no childbirth. The reason is Saturn and Venus in Scorpio. This you will have to check. Okay, and one more thing, I already said it is squint eyes. Possibilities for squint eyes. All Saturn and Venus people do not have squint eyes. Only see when at the time of childbirth, if Dasa Bhukti is Saturn and Venus, at the time of childbirth, if Dasa Bhukti is Saturn and Venus, you can very well ask whether child is afflicted by squint eyes, whether any squint eyes problems are there. When they give you the chart and ask about the child, you can very well say, you check whether child is having any squint eyes problem. They will say yes, squint eyes is there. Okay. The reason is at the time of birth it is Saturn Dasa Venus Bhukti or Venus Dasa Saturn Bhukti, something like that. That affects. Okay. So it is very, very important here. And one more thing, in Aquarius, Saturn and Venus. In Aquarius, Saturn and Venus, Aquarius is slightly tie related, mostly calf muscles. Okay, from knee to toe you can say, that portion. In Aquarius, Saturn and Venus, that gives leg swelling. Leg swelling may be due to diabetes, maybe due to NSA, if this also connected with Rahu or Ketu. Or you can say the Saturn and Venus is in Rahu Nakshatra, Sadabhisha Nakshatra. Then you can say it is varicose veins. Chances are there. Varicose veins chances are there. Saying Saturn and Venus in Aquarius. Okay. So based on the house, you can very well say which part is affected. And one more thing, based on the nakshatra and nakshatra pada, you can say which exact portion is affected. Okay, now we have started with the Saturn and Venus. You check with your available chart and you give the feedback. Now we can see all the planets. Then and there we will also see all the nakshatra, what all the disease it gives. So you compile everything and at the end of the day you will be thorough with the medical astrology, okay? So it is about Saturn and Venus. Any doubt, whatever it is, you can ask me. First, before that, you check with your available chart and give the feedback. Thank you very much.
नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमो